You guys made it out there to Texas. It was a great time out there, as well as Miami with my man Lawrence. We had a good time out there educating the people. But let me see. I think you guys can hear me. That's cool. Yep, yep. All right. I see the comments coming in. Stacy, what's happening with you? I'm glad to see that you are here again. Adrian, what's happening? I hope that you're having a blessed week. Don't forget, guys, we always do this when we first get started. So if you are watching a replay, you could probably fast forward about 5 minutes if you don't want to see all of this. But I am going to go over some housekeeping stuff too. So you might want to tune in. Stay tuned for what we got here. Destin, hey, how are you doing? Again, I hope that you've had a blessed week too. Hi, yeah. Oh, we got to change that name. Hi, yeah. What's going on? I appreciate you being here. Make sure that you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel too, guys. Everything that's happening right now is because of your support. You guys are liking, you guys are subscribing, you guys are sharing this information out. The numbers are jumping up, and I couldn't do it without each and every one of you all. So again, I do thank you all for supporting the channel. All it takes is a click of a like and a click of a subscribe, and you help the analytics out. So I thank each and every one of you for holding me down. All right. Willem, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Hey, this song's gonna be fire. That's that Pure Money song, man. Hey, look, shout outs to my guy Trey making that Pure Money song for us. Left Clubhouse. That's what I'm talking about. Get up off Clubhouse, man. We gotta see with the eyes. I need to just talk middleman and government contracting. Don't want to end up in trouble. Absolutely. That's why we're gonna talk about it today. I keep hearing people are commenting under my videos talking about middleman is illegal, and I just want to say, what the fuck are you talking about? Man, you gotta watch who you listening to. So we gonna talk about this today, man. I'm tired of people talking about what's legal and what's illegal, and I'm a walking, living testimonial of whatever they talking about is illegal. I'm doing it. I've been doing it for 11 years, so it can't possibly be illegal. So we're gonna talk about that today. We are going to get into it. All right. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? I came from Clubhouse too. That's what I'm talking about. We go get up off of there. All right. Who else we got out here? Is anybody? David, what's going on, my brother? Pleasure to see you out here again today, Carolina. Welcome. Let me see. You got Hassana. Please tell us more about your program challenge. Please grant us more than 30-day access. No, you don't get more than 30-day access in my challenge. We can't do it like that. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be talking about it right here in a minute. Angelica, what's happening? Lassiter. I used to have a neighbor named Kyra Lassiter. Met you at Accelerate 180 in Houston. Yes, Houston was jumping. I appreciate you. Tony, what's going on, my brother, man? Y'all need to get in the truck and y'all need to holler at my man, Tony. When haven't purchased yet, but I'm a big fan. Well, I appreciate you for hanging out with me. TT, what's happening with you? Good afternoon to you. Let me see. Hi, you changed your name. Yeah. That was better than hi ye. Darren, what's happening with you? Pleasure to have you out here too. I thank you for tuning in with me. All right. I think we got everybody. C Tuck, what's going on? Now, guys, if you have questions throughout this segment, I need you to put a Q in front of your question. So put Q dash and then your question. It makes it easier for me to find it when I scroll through all of this information. Now, before we get into the topic today, all right, the difference between a middleman and pass-through, what's illegal, what's legal, because it's often a cloudy situation right there because, again, we got people who aren't educated giving information that they don't know anything about. So I'm going to break those two terms down to you today. So by the time you get finished with this video, you're going to know what the hell pass-through means and what middleman means, and you're never going to question anymore which one is legal, which one is illegal, or are both of them illegal, right? Because that's what a lot of us think. Because, again, we got some elders in our ears and stuff, and, people who are scared. That's the thing. It's people who are scared to interpret law. Right. So they take the interpretation of somebody else who they presumed to know law and they just run with it. They never go look the shit up on their own. That's the problem with us, man. We can't just keep listening to even you listening to me. Like, you take my information and it's your job to now go research it and confirm if the shit that came out of my mouth is true or not. But you don't just believe people for what they say, because chances are they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And they've never done it before. So if you've never done it before, then you can't possibly give definitions to things. But we're in America and everybody likes to give a definition to some stuff that they don't absolutely nothing about. So we're going to be breaking that down today. The difference between middleman and pass-through. And when you walk out here, you're going to know which one you want to be. Now, before we get into it, guys, I want to do a little housekeeping work right now. Now, if you don't know anything about government, well, let me not say anything about government contracting. If you don't know if you're ready for government contracting or not yet, okay, if you're sitting over there debating like, hey, is government contracting for me? Okay, maybe you know somebody else too, because you guys do a good job of sharing the channel out here. But maybe you know somebody else too who's thinking, is government contracting right for me? Well, guys, I've took the last month and some change out. I mean, after all of your questions that you guys have had, that's one thing about me. I listen to you guys and then I go back and I create. So I have created GovCon cheat code. It could be GovCon cheat code, GovCon cheat codes. I don't really care which one you put in there. Just put one of them in there. www.govconcheatcode.com. When you get here, as you guys can see, you can come here and take an assessment. Yes, come take the assessment, and then you can find out, is government contracting right for you or not? These are 25 questions right here. Okay, based off the answers of your 25 questions, you're going to get kicked to a couple of areas, 4 different areas. If you're not ready at all, you're going to get kicked to a section that says, hey, you're not ready for government contracting. But here are the steps that you should take to get yourself ready. You shouldn't pay for no courses. You shouldn't do none of that shit. Instead, you should follow these steps to get yourself ready, and then you can come back to pay for a course or something of that nature that you need. If you have a couple things together, okay, maybe you got your stuff ready to go, but you just don't know the processes of government contracting. After you take the assessment, it's going to kick you over to our 7-day challenge. Now, our 7-day government contracting challenge, it does start this Monday. Yes, this Monday, September 19th, for $297. You can get in our 7-day government contracting challenge, and I will be breaking government contracting down to you from beginning to end, okay? You must follow the directions, though. If you get into the 7-day challenge and you don't follow directions, guess what? It's going to seem like it doesn't work. And it doesn't work because you don't work. It's not that the processes don't work, it's you. Right? I know the processes work because I've already utilized them, and we've generated over $50 million. So every step that I'm going to teach you here in 7 days will position you to start winning government contracts. Now, we ain't going to win no contracts in 7 days, guys. So don't think that you're going to get in this program and win a contract in 7 days. That's not how that happens. But I will position you. Okay? So after the 7 days, you can keep moving forward and pursuing government contracting, and you'll know everything that you want to do. So again, when you take that assessment, it'll kick you over here. We'll be running this challenge every 4 weeks. Okay, so if you miss this one, in 4 more weeks, we'll be up again. And the beauty about this, guys, is once you sign up and register, you'll have the opportunity to tell somebody else about the challenge. And you'll be able to make $100 every time somebody registers for that challenge. So looking forward to that. If you want to go straight to the challenge, it's puremoneygovcon.com/7-day challenge. If you like, hey, I don't need the assessment, I'm ready for the challenge, let's go. Once again, puremoneygovcon.com/7-day challenge, and it is in the description. Now, once you take the assessment and maybe you make it past the you're not ready and you make it past the 7-day challenge, the next thing that you're going to be presented to is the Pure Money GovCon e-course. All right. This is a 1-year program. This is a back office full of training, full of researched information. It has everything that you need in it. I mean, everything that you need for government contracting. I have a Google Drive with templates and scripts. You get a private chat to myself and my team and other like-minded individuals that you can bounce ideas off of. But the beauty about this, when you get into the GovCon e-course right now, before the first day of the challenge on Monday, you're going to get access to the challenge for free. It's going to be included in there just for the people who trusted in the program and jumped in there before this first challenge kicks off. You're only going to get access to this first challenge for everybody who joins this program. Now, I believe the price of this program may be at $1,500. Don't quote me on it. It goes up $100 every 5 people that purchase. So you want to jump in there and get on this now. Once again, you're going to get access to the 7-day challenge for free when you do join this. If you don't want to go through the assessment and you just want to jump in this, puremoneygovcon.com. Go to puremoneygovcon.com and get registered. If you don't need any of that, okay, you may need a cohort program. This will kick you to a one-on-one if you're ready for that. And trust me, during these questions, you're going to be ready. Let's take a look at some of the questions really quick here. As you can see, it's going to be 25 questions, not hard questions, multiple choice. All right. Do you have a business license, articles of incorporation, blah, 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 blah. You keep answering all these questions right here. And what will eventually happen is this bad boy is going to kick you to where I need you to be based off of your answers. Hopefully I put some good answers in there that it kicks me to something good. As you can see, it kicked me to the 7-day government contracting challenge based off of my answers. So once again, make sure you are visiting govconcheatcodes.com. Take the test, the assessment, so you can find out where you're at. If once again you believe you don't want to do the assessment, you want to go straight to the sauce, we got some cheat codes right here. You come right here, you fill in your information. Once you fill in your information right here, guys, there's 3 downloads that you can get completely for free. I'm not charging you for this at all, okay? It's my Pure Money resource list. We got a government contracting basics worksheet, and we got a SAM worksheet. So if you need to fill out your SAM profile, there's a worksheet right here. There's a DUNS place on there, but as we know, they took away the DUNS number, so don't worry about a DUNS. But this worksheet will get you prepared for all the information that you need to register your business in SAM before you get started. So you can check that out. If you want to take some of our courses, okay, all of these courses, everything that's right here is included in the Pure Money GovCon e-course. But if you want to do it a la carte style, it's all right here, okay? And we'll be adding more courses up here each and every week. So I'm excited about this. We got it up and running. I appreciate all of you all who keep supporting the mission here. I couldn't do it without you all providing me with questions and information that you need, but we're trying our hardest to make sure that we're providing you everything that you're going to need to become the best government contractor that you possibly can. Whew, that was a lot. Anyways, I appreciate y'all. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate the support that you guys keep giving to this Pure Money GovCon gang. Don't forget, when we say gang, it's gathering and networking genuinely. And the last thing, this is the last thing for housekeeping, I promise. TravisKnows.com. If you guys ever need information, if you ever need to find me, if you want to find all of my other social media channels, go to TravisKnows.com. Scroll all the way down here to the bottom, and you will see my Facebook group. I advise everybody to get into my Facebook group, Pure Money Legacy. If you don't know how to make $1,000 on the internet right now, that's because you're not in my Facebook group. It doesn't cost you $1 to get in my Facebook group. I'm going to be teaching you how to generate money on the internet, just like I do. And you're also going to get that in the 7-day challenge too. Just FYI, because I'm going to teach you guys how to make government money, but we need some money in our pockets right now. So at the end of the 7 days, I'm going to be teaching you about how you can go about generating some money online while you wait for that government contract to come in. All right. Now let's get to what we're here for today. We are here today to talk about pass-throughs versus middleman. I've mentioned middleman work quite often. I could go to my middleman videos, and you're more than welcome to go to it too. You'll see people in the comments like, this is illegal. Is it not? Well, here's the thing, guys. And this is why I encourage you all that you have to watch who you're listening to. Okay. Because if somebody believes that the word middleman is illegal, then goddamn it, it's illegal. Okay. Because you're going to use the word, and when I say use it, you're going to take action using middleman and acting like a pass-through, because that's your definition to middleman. Your definition middleman is a pass-through, so you're going to operate like a pass-through, which makes middleman work illegal according to your definition. But here's the thing right here. If the government, okay, if the government says, hey, I have a small business contract. Okay. I have a small business contract. Okay. Now we're about to play around with some things right here. Small business definition. See, I like to break things down so you don't just take my words for it. All right. How do you define a small business? What qualifies a small business? Generally speaking, the SBA. Okay. So I didn't make this. Hold on. I got to get my beeps up here. I didn't make this shit up. The SBA did. So the SBA defines a small business as one that employs fewer than 1,500 people and generates a maximum annual revenue of $41.5 million. Now, that's probably talking about a manufacturer NAICS code, okay? IT is going to be like 500 employees and $30 million. Your NAICS code determines whether you're a large business or a small business. Now, I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you believe Apple is a large business. I want you to put a 2 in the chat if you believe that Apple is a small business. Once again, put a 1 in the chat if you believe Apple is a large business. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe that Apple is a small business. Did I say that right? 1 for large business Apple. Okay. 2 for small business Apple. Which one do you believe? You see, we got a lot of ones coming in, right? Now, the reason I asked you this is because you just told me that you know for a fact that Apple is a large business. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We just read the definition of it. We could go look at Apple's numbers. I mean, they're just crushing it. We also know for a fact that every single company on the Fortune 500 list is a large business according to the definition right here. You can't even get on the mother Fortune 500 list without being a large business. It's impossible to get on that list and not be a large business. Okay. So since we know that, if the government goes out and makes a small business only contract. Now, I know you guys have heard all the time, the president of the United States says, America is built off the back of small business. Now, they ain't talking about your little mom and pop shop. That ain't what they talking about. When they say small business, they're talking about businesses that have 1,400 employees and make $40 million a year. Or if we're on the IT side, a business that has 200 employees and they make $25 million a year. That's who they talking to when they talk about small business. Now, if the contract comes out small business and it says, hey, we need 500 iPhones. Well, it came out under small business. You just told me in the chat that Apple is a large business. They didn't ask for Androids, which Androids will be a large business too, but they didn't ask for any different type of cell phone. They didn't ask for a manufacturer of cell phones from a small business, which I don't even know who that are. I believe all cell phones that are being created are from large businesses. Don't quote me on it, but I think that's the truth. So if they ask for an iPhone from a large business, but yet they put it on a small business contract, how the hell you think the large business is going to do that? They can't. It's impossible for Apple to win a small business contracts for the cell phones that they create. Now, the reason that the government did it like this is because I got to go back. Didn't I tell you America is built off the back of small business? Well, this is how they make the economy go. Could you imagine if the world's largest customer just went straight to Apple to get the phones? That means Apple's already making trillions of dollars. Now you're going to give them multiple trillions? That means the economy couldn't operate like this. So a middleman has to come in there. You notice I didn't say pass through. I said a middleman has to be in there. Now, here's the thing. You have to stop telling yourself that this is illegal, being a middleman. Your ass is a middleman at work right now. Right? If you work for somebody, you are a mother middleman. Now, I compared it to products at first. how you could be a middleman in between the product and it can't be legal because the government cannot work with that large business. It is impossible. So we just eliminated the ugly definition of pass through for products. That is how you are a middleman to products. So going forward, if you want to be a middleman, you could be a middleman to products and stop using that goddamn word pass through. Now let's go over to the service side of the house, because that's really the big one. I think, on product side, you kind of get an understanding like, okay, I'm a middleman. I buy some products, I resell them. That's how I'm a middleman in that. But the service-based side, oh man, I get people all the time. You got to do 51% of the work. No, you think I can't read that? You know what I'm saying? Yes. So if you was to get out here and win a contract under a women-owned certification, and see, I think this is the issue. When I say you guys, I don't mean you personally. Don't y'all hear me all the time say your hands can't produce the solution? If your hands produce the solution, I already know you ain't operating right. Now, most of us have been taught the harder we work, the harder we get paid. We've been taught through school during the industrial age. That's when school was created, the industrial era. The industrial era told us to pick up bricks and put them bitches down and build a house, build railroad tracks, use manual labor to produce income. And that's still being taught in school till today. And our parents learned that because their parents learned the same thing. So if we all keep learning the same thing, it's just transferring over into adulthood. So we think starting a business needs our hands to produce the solution. So now when you get a contract and you're looking at it, you keep thinking about what your hands can produce. But I just gave you guys a scenario a little bit earlier. I said, if you are at work right now working for your boss, he is using you like a middleman because his ass ain't sitting down doing the work. He, whichever one you want to go with, I don't care. They not doing the work. They're doing middleman work. So if I was to go out here and win a contract as a women-owned small business, because that's how it came out. It came out as a women-owned small business. I'm a women-owned company. I go grab that contract. Now, here's the kicker. Let's say it's cybersecurity, because I was going to do some easy like snow plowing service or something of that nature. But let's make it a little bit more complicated. Let's make it cybersecurity. Or hell, you know what? We're going to make it air. What the hell is that contract that I got? Air quality control. Okay, we're going to talk about air quality control because I'm going to give you my own scenario, real life scenario. March, we won a $4.5 million contract for air quality control. I don't know anything about air quality control. Never. I'm a computer engineer. I'm not an industrial hygienist. Okay, that just ain't my lane. So I don't know anything about air, but I seen an opportunity that I could strategically take a contract, and essentially they got to give it to me based off the certifications that I got. Okay, so now I have to get in my mind, well, Travis, you don't know a god thing about air. So in someone's mind, they're saying, well, you're about to be a pass-through because if you get the contract, you got to sub everything out to somebody else. And they got to execute all the work. That's a pass-through. If I was to go get a contract, I don't know anything about it. I win the contract, and then I come over to Company A, and I say, hey, Company A, can you do all the work? Company A like, yeah, we'll go ahead and knock it out the park for you. This is what we're going to be doing, blah, 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 blah. Now the government pays me, and I just pass the money through me. The government pays me $100,000 a month. I just pass through $85,000 to the other company. I keep my percentage off the top because like a finder's fee. My interest. That is a pass through. That is illegal. Do you hear me? That scenario is an illegal scenario. Somebody type illegal in the chat. I need to make sure that you guys understand that. Type illegal in the chat. Do you understand what I just told you is illegal? We cannot do that. Now, how do I make that same scenario legal? Okay. I need to make the same scenario legal as a middleman. So I told you guys, I'm a walk and live a testimony. I'm giving you my own scenario. Okay. As a matter of fact, you guys can look at my Instagram. We just had an all teams meeting. I'm not sure if it's up there. Just had an all teams meeting yesterday. I mean, it's the end of the quarter coming up. Lots happening in government right now. Things are moving really goddamn fast at the end of September. So I'm showing you guys, how do I make this situation legal? Because Travis don't know nothing about air. And see, once again, if you keep thinking about your hands doing it, well, yeah, you're going to end up being a pass through because you're saying, I can't do it. So I'm going to bring somebody else on to do everything. But to make it legal, I say, Travis, you can't do it. And Travis, you shouldn't do it. Here's the difference. I probably could do it if I studied a little bit, but I already know in the business model that I teach you all, you shouldn't produce the solution. So if I shouldn't produce the solution, in order to make this legal, is I have to hire 51%. You guys hear what I just said? I got to treat this scenario like my boss is treating me at work right now. All you have to do is hire the people to be under your company, under your payroll. And does that not now prove that you're doing 51% of the work? See, once again, it didn't say, is Travis doing 51% of the work? It says, is Malmar doing 51% of the work? That's the name of my company. Is my company producing 51% or more of the work? Well, you goddamn right we are. Look at how many employees. You read the contract. The contract said that it took 10 employees. 6 of them motherfuckers is on my team. If 6 out of 10 employees are on my team, is that not more than 51% of the work? And guess what? Travis still don't know what the hell's going on. But see, when somebody hears that, when the stupid mind, the untrained, the uneducated mind, the person that's not willing to get educated jumps in my comments and says stupid shit, it really frustrates me, because now you mess with the minds of other people who are trying to learn. But I tell you guys all the time, I'm not teaching you how to work. I'm teaching you how to build some motherfucking wealth. We are wealth builders. If your hands have to produce the solution, you don't have time to go in the street and generate more wealth. So I don't want to teach you how to work. The system's already done that enough. Your parents have already done that enough. Their parents have already done that enough. Your aunt, your cousin, your uncle, your friends around you, their parents, they taught all of y'all how to work. I don't need to teach you that shit. So we're going to follow the rules that the government laid out. We're going to make sure that we are doing legal work at all times. And legal work just requires you to hire some people. Is that not simple? Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Do you know the difference now between a pass-through and a middleman? If you understand, put a yes in the comments. If it's still sketchy to you and you don't get it yet, put a no in the comment. If this still sounds illegal, put a no in the comment. If everything now sounds legal and legit, put a yes. If you got a question, go ahead and put that in there too. But again, I hope this explained it very easily. The difference between middleman and pass-through. Illegal versus legal. There we go. Come on, man. Y'all picking it up. No. We got one no out there. I need you to tell me what is confusing. We got 2 no's. What is still confusing you about it? Because we're going to get to the end of it. I want y'all to put that in the comment. Let me know what you're still confused about. I'm going to scroll back up and see where we got some more questions here. But hey, we ain't gonna leave off here till y'all understand the difference between middleman and pass through and why one's legal and one's not. All right. Let's see. I joined the program a couple days ago. So much gold. I appreciate you for joining our program. Again, I'm reading the comments, so go ahead and let me know what is still confusing so we can take a look at that. C Tuck, what's going on? I appreciate you for hanging out with me. Don't forget, guys, make sure you are hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. If you are on Clubhouse, you can click the link at the top. Bring your butt over here to YouTube, man. We on live. We got the video cameras rolling. I'm looking at the comments. We need to share some of that love over here. One thing that I've learned about all these social media platforms, you do not rely on just one. So you got to make sure that you're transferring people to multiple platforms because you never know which platform will take you away. We don't own none of these platforms. So they could cancel your accounts at any time. So that's why we transfer people over here. If you are on Clubhouse, once again, come on over here to YouTube. Show some of that love out there. I don't know about the challenge I want in. Well, go ahead. Jump into the challenge, baby. PureMoneyGovCon.com/7-day challenge. All right. Register for the challenge on Monday. Thank you. Hey, anybody who registered for the challenge, if you got some crazy email, I don't know why the system got a little funky. Just understand, guys, I'm gonna send you guys more emails. Just hang in there for me for a second. But I appreciate you for tuning in. All right, Hassana, what's the question? Is it also for business which want to sell only goods? Absolutely. Okay, you don't have to do service-based work with the government. You can just sell products, okay? And it's all types of products, too. I mean, the government is buying. If you had $7 trillion, what are the odds of you not buying everything? The government buys every. Can you imagine trying to get rid of $7 trillion, right? You got to buy everything in this world. It just ain't no way around it. All right, so hopefully that answered you right there. Angelica, is it possible to win a contract and I buy the products and could the government back out and be held with the products? If so, how would you resolve that? No, the government's not. So you're never going to buy products up front. And when I mean buy products up front, you're not going to like buy some computers and then go get the contract, okay? Instead, you're going to go get the contract, all right? So once you win the contract, you probably have like a 30-day window to start executing. So I win the contract. If it is a product-based contract, I'm going to win it. They're going to give me a purchase order to tell me, hey, this is the contract number. We have agreed to your quote. Here is the purchase order number. Go buy it. Now you go buy the product. You deliver the product the way that they told you that it's got to be delivered. It's very important that you pay attention to that because sometimes they ask for specific labeling and whatnot. And it's important that you know how it needs to be delivered because if it's not delivered correct, they're not going to account for it, which could start to delay your pay because you didn't follow the steps for them to check it through their system. So you buy the products, you deliver the products, they confirm that they got it, then they're going to cut you the check or just send you the money, depending on what type of contract it is. Some of it could be a credit card contract. They could just swipe the card on the phone and you could go purchase the product with the credit card money. But usually it's going to go in that process that I just told you right there. All right. They're going to give you the PO. You're going to buy the product, ship the product, then they're going to reimburse you. All right. It's the same instance for service-based. If your mind can just I like to simplify things. It's all the same shit to me. Okay. So for service-based contracts, it's the same process. The only difference is it's not a one purchase order of laptops, right? So now you have timesheets and you're going to be invoicing every 15th and 30. Well, no, let me take that back. You're going to invoice once a month. Okay. But that once a month invoice needs to have your timesheets from your employees on the 15th and 31st. And do not pay your employees every Friday. Pay them on the 15th and the 31st or the 30th because this is going to save you money as the employee. And when I say save you money, if you pay out every Friday, you're going to be in the hole. Like you are going to be struggling financially trying to pay all of your employees every Friday because the government ain't going to pay you for like 30, 60, 90 days max. So if you paying out every Friday, you out of pocket. Every Friday, you're going to be out of money. But if you hold it till the 15th and 31st, what happens first is your employees have to do 2 weeks in the hole, right? So that gives you a 2-week window, and then you're going to pay the next 2 weeks. So you a month out, right? You made up 30 days for the government to pay you back. So they could pay you back after you pay that second payroll, which now you in the money, you good to go. But if it takes 90 days, this is going to give you some leeway in order for you to stack your cash up so you could start to pay these employees and it's not draining you. Okay. But same thing. You're going to pay your employees first on the 15th and the 31st, and then the government's going to reimburse you after you invoice them on the 31st. It may be the first. So you're going to invoice them the first of the next month. They're going to get the invoice. Okay. Now they could pay in 14 days. They could pay in another 30 days. That's why I said 60 days. They could take another process and get to 90 days. Right. But now you're on back pay. Okay. And that back pay is going to have your profit percentage, profit margins already tied into there. Okay. So hopefully that explained the process. Let me know if that did or not, Angelica, for your question there. And no, just the government's not going to hold your product like that. Listen, the government's not in the business of screwing you. They just in the business of spending money. All right, let me see. All right, I shouldn't produce the solution. Higher 51%. Come on now. Somebody's picking up what I'm putting down. We are wealth builders. You know what, David? All right, yeah. How can my company add a company to hire some of its employees on a contract like you did the legal way of air control contract you won? I'm confused. Okay, great question. Okay, this air quality control contract, it wasn't a new contract. It was already out. The incumbent of the contract couldn't win it again. They were a large business. They couldn't win it anymore. Now, just because they couldn't come back and get the contract doesn't mean that they have a space for those employees that was in that contract to continue on working in their business. Only like Lockheed, Booz Allen, KPMG, and those companies got enough money to just sit people on the bench and they just sit at their damn house all day and wait for the next opportunity. You got to have a lot of money to do that. So not a lot of companies can do that. Now, if the incumbent does not win the contract again and I win the contract, they got 8 employees that were sitting right there that are now looking for employment. So it's either that incumbent is going to keep them or they're going to lose them. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to lose them because they have nowhere for them to go. So now I just swoop in and say, hey, I know y'all need a job. I'm saying, I know you need a job. Do you want to come work for me doing the same exact work that you was doing? And I'll match whatever pay you had before. And then I find out, some of them, possibly could have been getting paid less than what I would have paid them. Right? And that's how you take the employees that were on a contract already, because they ain't got nowhere to go. Now, usually you want to change the manager, okay? Because usually your manager is the one that buys into your system, into your company. So you want to replace the manager from the contract that the incumbent already had, because usually that manager is for the other company. And we don't want nobody in the program like that these are called clowns, man. You got to watch out for the mother clowns. They'll try to crash your whole business. So I like to replace management. I ain't saying that you got to, but I like to, okay? I need my own in-house managers on staff. But the workers, your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 individuals, subject matter experts, like I'm just trying to pick them up from the previous contract that they already had. And it's all legit. Also, like when I had my Obamacare, my help desk contract, I didn't have 32 employees. I made a post on my Instagram story. You guys can check me out on Instagram, official Travis Davis. Not my story. It was actually a post on my feed. You could go check that out. I told the story of how I got involved with government contracting. Like, how did I get started? Because I needed 32 employees and didn't know how to hire anybody. The first thing that I did was I went and go look at the people that I went to school with. All right. I hired quite a few of them. The next thing I did, because again, I didn't know how to hire people, didn't know where to find people, that I went to a temp agency. Right. The temp agency, okay, bought people. And you just got to learn how the temp agency charges. If you keep them on, they're going to charge you a fee of their yearly salary and blah, blah, blah. All you got to do is charge the government for that stuff. Right. That should be in your proposal price. If it's going to cost you money to do business, you need to add that into your proposal price. So I hope I answered that for you. Yeah. All right, let me see what other questions that we got here. Can 51% be administrative work? Great question right here. Can 51% be administrative work? Now, I was going to do the snow plowing one, but I wanted to be a little more complicated with cybersecurity when I explain this. So let's say you got a snow plowing contract, right? It takes a snow plow truck and a snow plow driver. You don't do either or. Can you still get the contract and not be a pass-through? Absolutely. How? You're probably asking yourself, Travis, how the hell can you still be doing 51% of the work and you ain't driving a truck, nor do you own the truck to do the plowing? Well, I'm not going to hire the person under my staff, okay? Because it's just one truck and one driver. I'm going to subcontract it out to them. How am I still doing 51% of the work? Somebody got to manage this bitch. Somebody has to do the payroll for this. Somebody's got to meet with the government. So their 49% of the work is the physical. My 51% of the work is my mind managing this. That's very simple. There is work that needs to be done to manage. There's work that needs to be done for payroll. There's work that needs to be done for all the paperwork. It's still work that needs to be done. I told y'all, the hardest part about government contract is our motherfucking minds. Because we keep thinking about our hands doing everything. And we forgot all about the paperwork, the meetings, the payrolls, the whole nine. We forgot all about that. Somebody got to do it. So yeah, my company does that, and that's 51% of the work. See how that works? You missed the middleman explanation. No, what do you mean by 6 out of 10 on your team? Okay, let me break it down again. All right, let me see. Let me think about this. All right, cups. All right, I got this cup here. We all know, what is this? We're gonna say Rubbermaid or whoever. We're gonna say this Rubbermaid, these cups, right? The government needs these cups too, just FYI, and I'm not joking about that one. The government buys these cups. Okay, so let's say the government needs to buy these cups. They need to buy $400,000 worth of these cups. Now, Rubbermaid is a large business. This cup contract came out to specifically small businesses. It said small business only can submit a proposal or a bid. So now that eliminates Rubbermaid. Rubbermaid cannot go after this contract because they are a large business. Now you can go back and rewind this and look at the definition of what I read off of small business and whatnot. I'm not going to go through that again. All right. They are a large business and they cannot fulfill the small business contract because that is illegal. So now they need a middleman to jump in right here and say, hey, Rubbermaid, I want to buy these cups off of you. Now, we often call this middleman in this world of product sales a reseller. Okay? So I'm going to become a reseller of Rubbermaid's cups. I call it a middleman. It's the same to me. Just different words. So now that I'm a reseller / middleman, Rubbermaid gives me these cups for $300,000. And then I mark it up to $500,000 and sell it to the government. It's just like the drug game. So I name my stuff pure money. If you aren't in contact with the manufacturer of the drugs, you have to go in between a middleman. You know why crime happens in the drug movies all the time? Because somebody tries to go around the middleman. And you can't do that. You can't go around the middleman because he done already locked everything up. You went around the middleman, talked to the big boss. The big boss told the middleman, hey, man, somebody trying to screw you. This is the same thing, man. I I don't want to make the process hard. I want to simplify it for you. All of us have seen drug movies. That's why I relate it like that. Hell, I was raised off the drug movies. I'm pretty sure you was too. So let's think about the logic of what happened during those movies. There was always a middleman, and there was always somebody that tried to knock the middleman out and go around them so they could now be the middleman, because they were never going to take over the whole operation of creating, just like you're not going to take over the operation of manufacturing, creating. You're not going to become Rubbermaid. They're too big. They're too large. They would crush you. Just like the drug movies. You try to take over somebody's operation, they're too big. They're going to kill you. Same thing will happen with Rubbermaid. They will kill you if you try to come in their business. And I don't mean physically kill you. They would the business would be over. Amazon does this to businesses all the time. Either you sell the business to Amazon or you going to close shop. Get down the lay down method. That's how Amazon operates. And guess what? They got middlemen in Amazon too. They're called affiliates. Affiliates is a middleman. Reseller is a middleman. So I'm the middleman between the cups. Boom. That's how I sell it right there. Does that explain to you a middleman for product sales? Okay. If I was just to go, hey, well, I can't even do it like that because it's going to be illegal. Rubbermaid would never accept this. If I was to go to Rubbermaid and say, hey, man, look, I'm going to get some small business contracts, you know what I'm saying? But I need your entire operation to handle it. Like, yeah, it's going to come to me, but I need to make sure you manage the process. You do the payroll. Like, I'm not even going to be speaking to anybody. That's a pass-through. Okay. But since I'm managing it, it's coming in my own QuickBooks system where I keep account for everything. I'm making sure that I get delivery straight. I'm making sure everybody's getting paid. I'm running the operation as a legit middleman, a legal middleman. Now, service side of the house. Okay. If I was on the service side of the house, let's say marketing. We all know what marketing is, you know, social media marketing. Now, let's say I win a marketing contract, right? $1 million contract under HubZone, or let's say a veteran-owned company. I'm a veteran. I'm not really a vet, FYI, but I'm a veteran. I win a contract as a veteran-owned small business to do marketing. Now, if I was to go to, I probably don't know none of the large market companies. If I was to go to a large marketing company and say, hey, I just won this contract for marketing for $1 million. Can your company do all the work? Now, the contract said that 51% or more needed to be produced by my veteran-owned company, Malmar. That's what we're going to call it. All right, my company, Malmar, needs to do 51% or more of the work. I go to my subcontractor and say, hey, can you do all the work? The government's going to pay me and I'm just going to pay y'all and y'all going to go ahead and do everything. And I'm not going to know absolutely nothing about it. Like, literally the government pays me $1 million. I kick out 800,000 to the subcontractors because they're doing everything. I keep my 200,000 and I keep it pushing. That's illegal. Okay. What I just said right there is illegal, but if it's $1 million project and in $1 million, it said, hey, in the proposal, we were going to put 10 people on this contract. Instead of me going to the subcontractor and saying, hey, supply all 10 people and do all of the work, and I'm just going to pay you for it, which is illegal. I'm saying, hey, 6 of these people work under my company. 4 of the people work under my subcontractor's company. Because once again, I'm still not doing the work. Don't get that twisted. The contract does not say Department of Energy agrees to do a deal with Travis Davis to execute marketing and have 10 FTEs on the side. That ain't what the contract says. The contract says Department of Energy agrees to go into a deal with Malmar LLC and they're going to execute this way. Well, I'm listening to the goddamn deal. It said to do work with Malmar LLC, not Travis Davis. So I'm going to go hire 6 people. Those 6 people will be working for Malmar. Their payroll will come, their check will have a Malmar statement at the top of it. When they agree to get signed on and go to work, they're not 1099 employees. They're W-2 employees for Malmar. So if my employees are working on this contract, they are doing 51% or more of the work. I am not illegal. I'm still middleman in the work because me physically, me as the visionary, I'm not doing no work. But I understood that I had 10 Rubbermaids right here. And out of the 10, I only needed 6 of them to come work for me. And the other 4 could go work for somebody else so I could make sure that I was doing 51% or more of the work. Now, here's the kicker. I don't know if I should say this. I'm not going to say it on YouTube, man. Too many people be listening to me. The strategies to everything. Yeah, I need to get into the program and then I can tell you strategies better. Some stuff I just can't say on the internet. Okay? But strategies can happen with everything. Our counterparts do it. We can do it too. Just understand, if you can pay attention to the methods that I just told you, how can you strategize this? I can't tell you right here live because some idiot's going to talk about things ain't right and then they're going to try to, report and all this stuff. And I just ain't got time for that. But now, do you all understand the difference between middleman and pass-through? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand the difference between a middleman and a pass-through. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. Just let me know. I told you we ain't going to get off this until y'all understand. I need to know. Royale, Jay, I need to know. Do you understand? Hire them during the period of performance. Yes, Sean. You're going to hire your staff during the period of the performance. So if the contract's for 4 years, you're going to hire staff for 4 years. If you don't have the staff right now at this moment, you can get people to sign a LOI, letter of intent. It says, if I win this contract, you plan to come work for me. And that's how I get my employees before I even pay for employees. I found them on LinkedIn. I found them out in the streets. You can always get an employee to leave for an extra $10,000, just FYI, right? Is middleman just producing products and then is pass-through giving work to a whole different company and taking a percentage? Well, pass-through is right. Yes, pass-through is giving work to a whole different company and taking a percentage. Absolutely, that is a pass-through. You're giving away the work. You're not doing anything to help your company grow. Like, you're just taking money. That's illegal. They want you to do some work because you're supposed to grow as a company. If you're just giving the money to somebody else and you ain't setting up no business processes and procedures, you're being a pass-through. And again, that's illegal. Middleman just producing products. We don't produce anything as a middleman. I've never produced anything in my life as a middleman. If I was producing, I'm creating a job for myself from what I understand. I told you my hands can't do the work. So I want to make sure somebody else produces. And then I'm the middle of what they've produced. See, producers don't know how to sell. Do you understand that? Do you guys understand that Michael Jordan is a middleman to Nike shoes? Michael Jordan don't know how to sell shoes. But they understood, like, hey, man, look, we could utilize this Jordan thing. You know what I'm saying? Jordan's the middleman. He's the brand. He gets out there, gets on the court, makes a commercial. He's the middleman. He sells the stuff for Nike. Because Nike, without Jordan, it would be no Nike. You guys got to understand this is real business. This is just how business operates if you just open your eyes and pay attention to what's going on in this world. Business has been operating like this for a very long time. A middleman has always been in place. chances are, like I said, right now, you are a middleman. Well, let me not say you're a middleman. Your boss is treating you like the worker for his middleman journey, right? You can do the exact same things. I'm a little confused. Can you use a different example? Tamika, did you get it now? Are you still confused? I switched the examples up. Let me know. Let me know. All right. Can the employees be 1099? Great question. No. No, they cannot. You can have some 1099, but you need staff. Just listen to what you said. All right. Let me pull this up here. 1099. What is it? 1099. 1099 is a collection of tax forms documenting different types of payments made by an individual or a business that typically isn't your employer. Did you just read that right there? And guys, I'm not picking on anybody or anything. I'm getting you accustomed to reading. The reason I'm very successful in business, the reason I've gotten this far in life is because I did something that I didn't want to do. And I hate it, guys. Listen, it's two things that I hate doing, working out and reading. I hate both of them. But reading is fundamental. It will set you free. And the key to reading is anytime that you come across words that you don't truly know the definition to, is you got to go look it up. The hardest thing to read is the Bible, because every word, every other word you need to look up because you don't understand the definition of it. Well, it's the same thing with this. If you have, listen to me, unless you currently have 1099 people working for you, the odds of you knowing the true definition of 1099 is going to be slim to none. You're going to give me a definition of what you heard somebody else tell you about 1099, and I don't know if their definition to 1099 was correct or not. I don't know how they were utilizing it. But so what I'm going to do is take the IRS. Is a collection of tax forms documenting different types of payments made by an individual or business. Okay, so these are payments coming from an individual or business that typically isn't your employer. Okay, so if it's not my employer that's paying me, that just means a random Joe Smo is paying me. Didn't I tell you that 51% of the work must be done by you? So if you're paying people as a 1099 and it says it isn't your employer paying you, can you possibly meet 51% of the work if they don't work for your god company? You see what I'm saying? They don't work for you. They're contractors to you. The reason I can hold up 51% is because these workers work for me. If they get in a car crash, they're my responsibility. If they get sick or hurt at work, they are my responsibility. It comes out of my insurance. If there's a death in the family, if they need to take an absence leave, they are my responsibility. The minute that they wake up and leave out of their house heading towards the job that I pay them to do, they are my responsibility because they work for me as a W-2. But as long as they're 1099, they don't work for me. They can tell me today that they don't want to come to work no more because they 1099 contractors. They're not my employees. I hope that broke it down. So no 1099. All right. If the job calls for 10 people and you have to at least have 51% of the employees, then your company would get 6 and the subcontractor would get 4. Yes. Simple work, simple math. The employees you hire for contracts, I'm not sure what that meant. Is pass-through illegal in state contracts? Hey, pass-through is illegal everywhere. All right. You asked the business already with the employees. Sorry about that. You asked the business already with the employees to put their employees under your company. I'm sorry if I sound dumb. You asked the business already with employees to put the employees under their company. Jay, how can I answer that? Jay, that's the answer that I wanted to say, but I don't want to say it on the internet. Because here's the thing, man. All right. Let me be politically correct. Jay, this scenario is illegal. Okay. If you came to me and I gave you all of your employees and we worked up a deal because I know how to do everything, and we needed 10 employees on there. I gave you 6 employees that I already got to go under your staff, under your payroll, to be employed by you, and I did 4. Technically, still a pass-through. I did it all for you. But did you see I used technically? Who the hell is going to say that y'all did that like that? This is what I'm trying to say. This is why I ain't want to say it on the internet, man. Look, but you already pulled it out, Jay. I didn't say this. Jay said this. It wasn't me. Jay, who's going to confirm that you got them 6 people from another company? I don't know. Unless y'all tell on yourself. But I did not tell you to do that, Jay. I didn't tell you to do that. But that's a hell of a strategy right there. I'm just saying. I told y'all to be strategic. And if you go tell on yourself about, how you did your strategy, then that's your own stupidity. All right. Hopefully that answered you, Jay. I don't want to go too deep into it. That's why y'all got to get to the program, man. I can talk a little more freely inside of the program. I can't say some things on the internet because I got some haters out here. Then if I go after ground maintenance contracts, how does one hire outside company to perform the work and you become the middleman? Does it require a teaming agreement, subcontracting agreement? Yes. Yeah, you need an agreement. I mean, we ain't doing this shit off handshakes. That's how you end up losing money, man. This is how you end up going to court. This is how you end up getting burnt. Handshake deals. No, I don't do no handshake deals in this real world. We do real legal paperwork that I'm taking your ass to court if you don't do what you're supposed to do. Yeah, so you're going to need teaming agreements. You're going to need subcontracting. If for some reason the contract says you cannot use your subcontractor's past performance, they're trying to tell you that you cannot build a team based off a teaming agreement because your subcontractor is just a waste. You can't use nothing that they've done. So why even go to subcontracting route? It says clear as day, you cannot use your subcontractor's past performance. So that means everybody needs to be on your staff. All right. Or because they told me that I can't use my subcontractor's past performance, I can form a joint venture. A joint venture becomes one company. There is no subcontractors. Inside of the agreement of the joint venture, it says company A will do this, company B will do this. And company A, if it's a women-owned led joint venture and company A is a women-owned, they need to be doing 51% or more of the work inside of the operating agreement of the joint venture. All right? That joint venture is one company now. So now I can utilize my subcontractor's past performance, my past performance, but it's just one company when I submit the proposal. It's not going to be broken into a team that says team A is going to do this, team B is going to do this. It's going to say this joint venture is going to do everything. But under that agreement, that operating agreement, it breaks down which company will be doing what. Hopefully that answered your question there. All right. Like to see you laying the yellow brick road. I appreciate you, Terry. Thank you. How do you know what work percentage equals the 100%? How's the percentage between work and admin broken down? Great question. It'll be in your proposal. Again, a lot of times we haven't read the proposal. The proposal will tell you everything that you need to know. I know we're just talking about percentages and random stuff like this, but I promise you, when you read the proposal, you will understand what 51% of the work looks like. They're going to tell you, we need 15 subject matter experts for X, Y, and Z. Well, break it down. They're going to tell you need 2 tier 2 positions, 4 tier 3 positions, in 12 tier 1 positions. Now, I'm going to give you guys a story, but you got to watch out for this percentage thing. Okay. I had a client in the gas industry, and they really was gung ho about winning a contract. And we took them to another state where, again, every state has to do a certain percentage with minority owned businesses. So this state, they weren't doing gas contracts with any minority owned businesses because no minority owned businesses had gas in that state. So the minute that we registered him in the state, every gas company needed him in order to win the contracts because they had to team with a small business in order to win the contracts. Since no small business ever showed up, the big boys was just winning it. He got registered in the system. They immediately had to work with him. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because he was so gung-ho, he didn't listen, and now he thought that he was in the gold, so he ended up getting rid of my company, right? He like, we don't need you no more, all right? We're going to do our own thing. And I just laughed at him. Now, they gave him 18%. He was supposed to get 18% of all of the contracts moving forward. Now, I was telling him we need to vet these companies. It was 8 white guys. I'm never trusting white guys when it comes to large money. It just is what it is. Welcome to America. All right. Nothing against my white men. I rock with y'all, but it is what it is. It's the truth. So I told him, you need to be careful. We need to vet these companies and go through. We need to do our due diligence to find out, how have they been working with other small businesses? We're in a state that don't really, that's the reason why wasn't no minority businesses doing it, because this state don't like minorities. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be careful. Well, he kicked me to the curb because money was flashed in front of his face, and they gave him 18% of the gas work. Well, they gave him 18% of 87 gasoline. Ain't no money in 87 gasoline. There's no profit margins in that. The profit margins in gas is in diesel. They didn't give him none of the diesel. Just that regular shit. And it was true. It was 18% of the work, but it wasn't 18% of the profit. See what I'm saying? So you guys got to watch out for this stuff because they will trick you. They understand, especially our newbies in here and our minority business owners. Like, we are aggressive for money. We want money. So we see money and we don't read through the whole deal. 18%, 51%, 49%. It ain't always a good deal. You need to make sure you understand what that means exactly as far as the work. So when it comes to like IT work, I had a person try to give me all the tier 1 positions. You can kiss my ass. I don't want all them tier 1 positions. The money's made in tier 3. You're not going to load me up. Now, here's the kicker. They wanted to load me up with 18 tier 1 positions. That sounds good in a regular person's mind. Like, holy I get 18 employees. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm gung ho. Well, I mean, tier 1 positions, I'm making anywhere from, $8 to $15 an hour, depending on where it's at. Where opposed to tier 3 positions, I can make anywhere from $50 to $100 an hour. So y'all can kiss my ass about them tier 1 positions. Now, I could have accepted them and we would have covered the percentage. More tier 1 employees don't mean more revenue. It means more headache, more paperwork, more employees. And employees are a pain in the Just think about yourself. I know you are right now at this moment. You've been a pain in the ass to somebody that you've worked for. Okay. So you got to be ready for this. Somebody's about to be a pain in the ass to you. So I don't want 12 tier 1 employees because I know if I bring on 12, the odds of one being a pain in my ass is pretty good. So we don't want to go down that route. Okay. Now, hopefully that explained the percentages for you. All right. Now I'm going to ask again. I want a yes or a no in the comments. Do you guys understand the difference between a middleman and a pass-through? Yes or no? Do you understand what the difference between one being legal and one being illegal is. Put a yes in the comments if you understand. Put a no in the comments if you still don't get it. I see a lot of ones. I asked that earlier. Go. I just came on. Yes, Romario, watch the replay. If y'all just came on, okay, I know you probably don't get it. All right, I'm going to try not to go back over it again. The replay will be right here. You can watch it all day. If you got any other questions, feel free to ask them. I am looking through the comments right now. As long as you do administrative work, you should be good then. Depending on the contract, man. If you got 30 employees on the contract and you just doing the administrative work, that ain't 51% of the work. You know what I'm saying? But if it's something simple and basic, like I said with the snowplow joint, you're doing the administrative work, then I mean, absolutely. You know, that's 51% of the work, you know. If 6 are my staff and the other 4 aren't, does my 6 employees have to do the physical work or can they be responsible? Hell no, they got to do the work. Wesley, the hell you hiring 6 people to do admin work for? You don't need those 6 damn people to do no admin work. You need one person to do admin work and you need the rest of their ass to produce the solution for the contract that you just got awarded. Why would you want them to come work for you? Like, why would they do? Listen to what you're saying. They're doing admin work for your business when the customer is trying to pay you to provide a solution to them. Your workers need to provide solutions to the customer that's paying you money. You don't need no damn 6 admins. It ain't never been no admin work that needs 6 admins. All right. A great question, though. Can I do contracts, ground maintenance, pest control, HVAC service, and have subcontractors do the work, serve as the point of contact and the project manager? Is that illegal? Guys, man, y'all are making it so complicated for yourself, man. You guys are confusing yourself even more with these questions that you're asking. And I'm not like knocking you and yelling at you. I am reading your question and understand that you're confusing yourself more with the questions. Can I do contracts, ground maintenance, pest control, HVAC services, and have subcontractors do the work? I'll serve as a point of contact. Guys, you have to understand that the government wants you to build a business, man. I told y'all that America is built off the back of small business. The government's goal is for you to build a multi-million-dollar business. If you keep paying subcontractors to do everything, are you building a business or are you chasing money? You're chasing money. Why would you want to keep having hire their ass to come on your company if you're going to focus? Now, here lies the problem. When you try to do everything for the government, you can't do nothing, right? So I see over here, you want to do ground maintenance, you want to do HVAC, you want to do admin work, like you want to do all these different lanes. So no, you can't hire nobody because you're stretching yourself too thin. You keep trying to do everything. But if you focused on HVAC contracts, you would have 50 HVAC contracts lined up. And instead of you subcontracting all this shit out, I need to hire y'all 8 people to be my HVAC specialist because I got 50 HVAC contracts coming up. I don't want to sub everything out. That is not building a business. I'm not creating wealth. I only sub if I have to. I only sub if that's a strategic approach for me to get the win. But I do not want to not build a business here. This is not the reason why we coming over the government contract and not to build a multi-million-dollar business. We want to build rich shit. So do not keep looking at the fast, quick way. Listen to me. If you are trying to get into this lane to get quick money, I want you to not get in this lane. Go take your ass and sell some ebooks on the internet. Do anything else. Just don't come over here. And the reason I don't want you over here is because you're going to f it up for everybody else that look like me. Because you're doing ignorant stuff. Now you're going to make all of a sudden things are going to start getting tighter because of our own ignorance. Do not do that. We are building wealth here. This ain't no get rich quick scheme. I don't want you to join any of my programs if you think that we're going to get rich quick. Like, leave me alone. Go follow another instructor. I told you I want to build wealth. I want to help you build something that you could pass down to your children's children's children. We have to stop hating on trust fund kids and start creating some goddamn trust funds for ourselves. The reason we hate on trust fund kids is because our parents ain't do it. And our parents ain't do it because they was chasing after money, exchanging their time for money. And I'm telling you right now, stop that shit. We gonna build wealth. Next question. I'm trying to franchise consult with my employer now. We deliver diesel fuel and I see several fuel contracts on SAM. P-Tech meeting this weekend. Then I plan on joining your program. Thanks for the nuggets. I appreciate you. Hey, look, we got to remove the word franchise. You don't want to franchise, right? You want to consult. You could actually become their consultant right now before you even get your business. You could go find them fuel contracts and you're going to take a percentage off the deal as a consultant. Okay. So you let their company do all of the work. They are going to be the ones that win the contract, not you. You're going to help them win the contract. And in the agreement, the consultant agreement that you got with them, the way we do our consultant agreements is a $5,000 a month stipend for a 6 month minimum. And then not stipend. What the hell did I say stipend for? Retainer. All right. We do a $5,000 a month retainer for a 6 month minimum, and the retainer goes up $2,500 per $2.5 million that we bring our companies. The companies win the contracts. Okay. Then we take our $2,500 and raise it immediately that day that they win that contract. And the reason I like that is because at the end of the day, these companies are paying me to get out in the street and make my name better. Yes, I'm winning them contracts, but the people who are signing off, they meet me. They know my name. We've consulted to over 28 companies. We've done over $50 million with those 28 companies. But looking forward to having you in there. I appreciate you. My brother. Hey, look, I ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some people get upset at the way I talk, and that's okay too. I got contracts to do truck washes, state contracts, but I'm just sending all trucks to the truck wash company I found. I do all the paperwork and the leg work. They perform washes only. Is that legal? I don't know without seeing the contract. I don't know. I can't tell you. I would need to actually see the contract and see what the statement of work. Guys, the statement of work, again, don't try to put a scenario in your head, okay? You really need to read the contract, and the contract will explain to you what is 51% or not. It ain't about what I think. Guys, really, I'm not the one writing the check. Nor did I put the request for proposal out there. I don't need your services, okay? So you need to read exactly what they're asking you for, and then you can make this determination. Look, I got a contract to do truck washes, a state contract, but I'm just sending the trucks to the truck wash company I found. Okay. Well, I mean, there's only one wash stall, you know what I'm saying? So if they already got the wash stall and they're just washing, now you got to ask yourself, okay, if they're washing for 8 hours, right, and you ain't got nobody there, like, something don't sound right about that deal, right? Now, all of a sudden, they wash for 8 hours a day and you only working for 1 hour a day. One hour a month to do payroll. That sounds like a pass-through. So maybe you get the truck wash and you go get an employee to sit on there to help wash trucks. So now it's 2 people washing the trucks. Half of it's yours, half of it's there, plus you're doing the admin work. That's more than 51% of the work. All right. All right, it looked like y'all yes. Okay, we getting the more yeses coming in. Y'all are understanding. All right. I don't see no more no's. No. Y'all not understanding. It's not easy. You have to network like crazy. See, it's always one. Y'all not understanding. It's not easy. Antonio Powell, you have to network like crazy. I mean, that's to you. That is to you, my brother. You probably haven't talked to anybody, you know. You ain't work with people. See, you can go talk to P-Tag all day long. I love me some P-Tag. I talk to P-Tag too. But if you haven't talked to people who don't know how to run multi-million-dollar companies, how can they teach you how to run a multi-million-dolar company? So you got their directions, you got their instructions, and it didn't work for you. You know why it didn't work for you? Because it didn't work for their ass either. But now they get paid 8 hours a day to sit down and read a script that came from people that never created a business. It came from politicians. Politicians just get paid. But when you talk to real business owners, you'll realize this process ain't hard. It just takes time. And here's the thing, guys. If you think this shit is hard, then our minds ain't on the same level. Hard to me is waking up every single day for the rest of your life to leave out of your house, or if you're working from home, to flip open a computer and make sure that green light stays on for 8 hours. Only to not, no matter how hard you work, you're not going to get paid no extra money. So if you suck at negotiation, which most of us do, we went to the interview table and we accepted the $60,000 because we was too scared to ask for 70, which that still ain't enough. But anyways, you accepted a payment for a year and you're hoping that they're going to give you a raise at the end of the year. So if you're okay with working 2,080 hours, 365 days a year, waiting for somebody to tell you when you could take off a leave, getting it approved, if you're okay with doing that they're going to take 33% out of your check no matter what you do, before you even get to see it, 33% is gone. 15% or 10% employer match to the 401k. So we already down to 43% of your money gone. Okay. If not 50. Already gone before you get to see it. You got to live somewhere, and most of us is house heavy. We had about 25 to 28% of our income is going towards the house. So now you already down at 20-some% of your income. You got to get a car, and we ain't getting a regular car. We got to get the BMW or the Mercedes for a $700-800 car note, sometimes $900. So now we already at like 11% of our income before we even get to eat and entertain ourselves. Still got to work out and all that. So if you're okay, if you're saying that this is hard work to figure out how to get a contract that could change the rest of your life and make the rest of your life the best of your life, if you saying that this shit is hard work, I told you, don't come over here. Don't join none of my programs. You should unsubscribe to my shit, because you just going to get mad at me. Because I'm just going to keep yelling at you all the time. I'm going to keep cursing you out, calling you all types of stuff, because that is the stupidest motherfucking logic that I've ever heard in my life. If you say that this is hard work, that you could win $1 million in a year, and I just told you, according to your formula, you will never hit $1 million in the rest of your life, according to that formula, and you say this is hard work, well, shit, I can't keep talking to you. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't follow me no more. Where can I research more about the profit margins and contracts? Profit margins is something that you got to figure out. You know what I'm saying? The reason I can make my profit margin so good about what I do is because I stopped listening to people talking about you can't build a at-home business. I make millions of dollars from my house. I'm at my house right now. I'm in my studio. Okay? Millions of dollars from my home. I keep my overhead low. Some businesses have high overhead, so their profit margins is completely different. You have to come up with your own profit margins. There's no answer to your profit margins. You need to know how much your lawyer costs, your accountant costs. You need to know how much it costs for you to operate business, and then you can formulate your profit margins. But when you don't know your numbers, that's when it's hard to know your profit margins. You have to know your numbers. And again, we got that in my course. I teach you guys about overhead, G&A, profit margins, the whole nine. You have to know people's skills and put them in place. Absolutely. You got to know people's skills about anything. Tell us something new. You cannot sell without having people skills. The people that don't have people skills take their ass to work. I mean, how can you do anything in life without having people skills? This is what I'm saying. Y'all scaring yourselves away from opportunity about shit that don't make sense. You have to have people skills in anything. You think I was able to grow YouTube, get this Pure Money GovCon group going without people skills? This has nothing to do with government contracting. If you want to become better as a person, then your ass need people skills. So don't tie it to government contracting trying to make it sound hard because now I need people skills and I got to do a little something extra. If you want to make your life better, you got to do this shit anyway. I appreciate you for signing up to the 7-day challenge. Don't forget, if you want to get involved in the 7-day government contract challenge, puremoneygovcon.com/7-day challenge. And let's learn some of these people skills. Oh, yeah, now I understand. I do services like snowplow. Cool. I'm glad that it finally kicked in there. Who looks into these pass-through stuff? That's crazy. How serious is it? It is serious. It's very serious. Who looks into it? They're going to look into it when you go to do your damn. Now I can't think of it. Annual review. I think that's what they call it. So like I'm in an 8A program. I got to do an annual review. They're going to look at my taxes and all my documents. They're going to look at how I've been paying. I got to have all my paperwork in order. This is the reason why people don't do government contracts. I say all the time. I think we don't do a government contracts because we can't count to $1 million. And I don't mean physically pulling the money out to count. We can't count to $1 million. We don't have the processes and procedures in place to count $1 million. So yes, when you go and get your certifications and you're winning government contracts, you have to do an annual review. So you need to make sure you have all of your paperwork in order. I just go to QuickBooks, hit the goddamn button and prints it out. I got my profit loss statement, everything that they need to see. Now they can see where the money's going. So if they see $100,000 coming in every month that's getting paid from the government, and then they see every month that $75,000 is going out, then you in trouble. You a pass through. You ain't keeping 51% of the money. See how that works? Yeah, it's not easy because every contract is different. You have to read. Yeah, that's what I said. Read. Yes, Antonio. I said that. How should the conversation go with small business specialists when you find the solicitation? Just like that. I found the solicitation. Yeah, I like what you said. How should the conversation go with small business specialists when you find a solicitation? See, most people want to talk to small business specialists without solicitations. When you find the solicitation, you're going to know what you need help with. Because you're going to read the solicitation and you're going to say, oh, man, I ain't got that. I don't know what that means. There you go. There's the conversation with your small business specialist. I hope that made it easy. See how I make this stuff easy, man? I know I make it sound so simple. It is that simple. It's when you listen to all these other people that keep trying to make it hard, it gets hard. I can't defeat that. How can I find networking events near me? Eventbrite. If you know your agency that is producing the money, you go to their website, and they should have industry days and things of that nature. But Eventbrite is a great place. Again, the agency's industry days is a great place. Facebook, LinkedIn is a hell of a place. All right. Got to do your due diligence. Same way you go, hey, Don, the same way you get your ass out there and go find that party, you will go find that event. It's the same methods. You know what I'm saying? The events is coming up at the same places the party's coming up. I know you know how to find them parties, man. I used to find them parties left and right. I could find a party in Chicago, LA, Las Vegas. I was partying my ass off. So yeah, I know if you got the skills to find the party, it was hot. You got the skills to find these events. It's just a different search. That's all. You ain't gonna look for the party. You gonna look for the contract. Do your subcontractors need to be registered? No. Subcontractors do not work with the government. It's a plus if they are registered, but no, they do not need to be registered in SAM.gov because the government's not working with the subcontractor. The government is working with the prime contractor, not the sub. All right? You said that green light. Like all my work at home people, they know about that green light. I do that to my employees too. That goddamn green light better be turned on. Green light ain't on. It's a problem. All right. You cannot join him if you think it's hard. Yeah, come on, man. You say it right there. If you think it's hard, I can't help you, man. If you think this is a hard process, I can't help nobody that is gonna call this a hard process. All right, guys. I think that's all that I got for today. I got through everybody's answers. Let me look in Clubhouse, make sure ain't no questions here. Follow me, define pass through again. All right, that was 57 minutes ago. I got that. Would I use QuickBooks? Absolutely. QuickBooks. I use QuickBooks. QuickBooks is a great tool to help you manage these projects. Definitely if you're going to be selling products. Let me see if I could show you guys here really quick. Quick books. Hopefully it don't show y'all none of my coins or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? People be tracking me. They be tracking me. Y'all know, man, I made a post the other day. I had my credit card sticking in the carrier. Y'all know how many messages that I got from people like, you shouldn't put your credit card on there. Like, man, y'all be more scared about my stuff than me. The scarcity, man. Listen, I'm not scared of people, man. I don't give a fuck about what goes on in this world. Guess what? If you take my credit card number and you go scam with it, I'm just going to call the credit card company and get my money back. That's why I don't care about my credit card. Like, it's the scarcity that people have put in the minds of everything. We so goddamn scared of everything. Like, take my credit card number, go run it up. You just going to get yourself in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm calling the credit card company and say, I didn't do none of that shit. That's the reason it's a credit card and not a debit card. Credit cards, I can get my money back. I don't give a damn what you take off that credit card. So have at it. Have fun if that's what you decide to do. But you ain't about to scare me and watch how I post and do stuff because the world told me you can scam my credit card. You can scam my goddamn credit card at a restaurant. Like, tell me something new, man. I told y'all, you gotta watch who you talking to, man. This world is some scary ass bitch. All right. So anyways, let me see. Where is my stuff at? Expenses. Okay. So we can come here. Vendors. Oops. So there's things that you could do, right, inside of QuickBooks, depending on who you're getting your stuff from, like Alibaba, Amazon, right? When I order these products, I put them over here. So now I can quickly come back to the company that I've purchased the products from, Best Buy, right? Like, I could quickly come back, put the customer's information in. Now, I also know, like, see, here's the deals that we did at Best Buy. So it's all in the system, all right? I know how much I paid for it. I know the profit margins that I'm going to get. So this also makes it easier for me to do quotes. Like, sorry, this jet got to go by. I live right next to Andrews. But anyways, now I can, the more I do this, the more I'm going to start to understand my pricing. So now I can respond to quotes a whole lot faster because I already got the relationship with these vendors and it's already in my system, right? As well as the products. Let me see. I was trying to look for the actual products. There we go. So inside of QuickBooks, now I can label these products exactly how the government, like, I don't know what none of these damn products are. I would never order these stuff. I don't care about no Dell. I'm an Apple man. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all want to buy Dells from me, then I'm going to sell you Dells. I don't care what you want. Now, I didn't start all of this until later, until I started making more money. Then I realized I could expand my wings. But guys, you do not want to be a jack of all trades in the beginning. Figure out what lane you want to get involved in. And then as you make money, you can expand your wings. But we got to start making money first. Do not try to do everything. If you want to get into product sales, focus on product sales because you need to build the relationships. You see all this stuff, what does it say? Non-inventory. I don't have nothing in my inventory. Not one thing. And the service-based stuff ain't me. But again, now I can come right here. I can see the sales price, okay? Right? I'm looking right here now. I don't know. That one's wrong. I got to change that number. It should have been a 1 right there. All right, so let's take a look. The sales price, the cost, it's going to cost me $1,400 or $1,100 for this. I sell it for $1,260. They purchase 40 of these. Okay, what is that? Almost a little over $100 profit. They purchase 12 of those. I get $1,200 profit to be the middleman of Oracle. This is software. We all know what Oracle, well, some of us may. We know what Oracle is. It's software. They needed a license to it. That's all they need. I don't make the goddamn software. Don't care about the software, but they need a professional license and they can't go get the license directly from Oracle. They got to come and get it through me. And I sell them the same goddamn software that they were going to purchase from Oracle, and I ain't got to worry about if it work or not. It work. It's Oracle. Very simple. So yes, software like QuickBooks allows me to perform a little bit better. Did I have QuickBooks when I first got started? Absolutely not. No, I didn't have any of this shit when I first got started. If y'all want to look when I first got started, it was ugly. All right. Like, I used Excel spreadsheets, so we ain't even got to listen to all that stuff. You know, when they talk about when you first get started, you need to blah, blah, blah. No, you need to make money first. That's what you need to do first. You need to learn how to make some money. When you make some money, you can fix all of this. Look at it. Look at this nasty shit right here. Let me show y'all, man. This is how nasty I was in the beginning. This is an Excel spreadsheet. I was calculating this shit with my fingers. Of course, I put the formula into Excel. This is 2015. You know what I'm saying? This is how we was calculating this stuff. Nasty work. It was nasty work, man. I'm telling you. But I needed to get started. I need to be producing money in my pocket right now. And that was the only way that I could do it. But again, I hope that I answered all y'all questions. I don't see anything else in how often do you have the challenge. I'm going to be having a 7-day challenge every 4 weeks. So if you don't make it on this Monday, every 4 weeks, I will be running a challenge again. Also, when you join the challenge, you're going to get to tell somebody else about it. Every 4 weeks, you can sign people up for the challenge. And you're going to get $100 every time somebody signs up. So that means when you sign up today and you tell 3 people about it, you just got this completely for free. If you tell 10 people about it, you just put some money in your pocket. Same thing with my government contracting course. If you would like to take my course, puremoneygovcon.com. If you get involved in the course today, you will get access. Well, if you get involved in the course before Monday, at the start of the challenge, you will get the challenge for free. You don't have to pay extra for it. So jump into the course. The price does go up $100 per 5 people that purchase. This course is a 1-year course. So you're going to have access to my team, me, in a private chat. We do Zoom calls once a month that you'll have access to in that course. Again, you're going to get the 7-day challenge. You're going to get a Google Drive full of information for you to move forward. puremoneygovcon.com. You can get registered. Join us in there. Again, if you would like to just take the challenge, you can go to puremoneygovcon.com/7-day challenge and get registered. Or if you don't know where you need to be right now, you're still a little confused, like, well, what direction do I go in? Am I even ready for government contracting? Go take the assessment. Again, it's a 25-question assessment. I pulled out everything that I know that could help you figure out if you are ready for this thing or not. Go to GovCon cheat code or codes, don't matter, with an S, no S. Go to govconcheatcode.com. Take the assessment. It's right up here. It's right. Nope. It's right there. It's right there. Take the assessment right here. Okay. Once you take that assessment or you come to this page, just scroll down, you will see the assessment located right there in that red. Okay. Click on it. Take it. It's going to kick you to what I believe that you need in order to prepare you to start winning these government contracts. Once again, that is govconcheatcode.com. Outside of that, I love you all. Slow down on the pricing, man. Hey, people keep buying it. Y'all got to get in. You got to get in quick. I can't slow down the prices of the people. You know what I'm saying? Get in. But I appreciate you all. Drop a fire emoji down in the comments if you picked up information from today. If you got any value from today, I want you to drop a fire emoji down there in the comments. Also, I want you to make sure that you are liking, subscribing to this channel, and most importantly, tell somebody else. Well, not somebody else. Tell another minority business owner, another minority entrepreneur about what we doing over here so they can start to get educated on how to do this government contracting thing. Only 1.67% of all black people. Yes, 1.67% of all black people is working with the world's largest customer, and that's got to change when we're the 3rd largest population in America. And the only way that changes is from individuals like yourselves continuing to help push this message out there into the world. That's the way that the analytics works. So I thank you all for helping me with these analytics here on YouTube by liking, subscribing, and sharing this information out on your other social media platforms. Outside of that, I love you all. I hope that you guys have an amazing day. I appreciate the fiery emojis. That lets me know that y'all picked up what I'm put down. I'm also excited that we were able to get the definition down today. You guys understand what's illegal and what's legal, what is a pass-through, and what is a middleman contract. Y'all got it. And that's all I wanted to have happen today, so we can't have nobody else talk about it no more. So anybody that dives in my comments about some goddamn middleman and pass-through being illegal, I know you didn't watch this video, okay? And if anybody says that, make sure you send them over here and tell them to watch that video, because they don't know what they talking about. Again, I love you all. I hope that y'all have an amazing day. Shout outs to my man Trey once again for our Pure Money song, man. If y'all don't know what's going on over here at Pure Money, you need to make sure that you are hanging out with the gang, man. Gang, when we say it, it's gathering and networking genuinely. We changed the definitions over here to things. Once again, shout outs to Trey for the song. Make sure you join into my Facebook group, Pure Money Legacy, TravisKnows.com. You can find all that out. Every Monday, I'm on Instagram Live at 8 p.m. Eastern. Every Tuesday, I'm on Clubhouse at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Thursdays at noon, I'm right here on YouTube. And one Friday out of the month, I'm in my Facebook group teaching y'all about how to make this motherfucking money on the internet. Okay? So make sure y'all are tapping in with me once again. I love you all. I hope that y'all have an amazing weekend moving forward. Remember, guys, you can take a lot of notes. But the notes, man, I've never learned anything off notes. Notes have never taught me one thing. The only way that I've learned is by taking action. So take that action today. You don't need to wait till next year. You don't need to wait till next month. You don't need to wait till tomorrow. You need to take the action today. I love you all, and I'll talk with you later. Appreciate you. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got